Hey everybody, this is Joe from Smoking Joe's BBQ. Today we're going to do a smoked potato on my Pico smoker, and we're also going to cook a pork ribeye roast, which I'll get together here shortly for you. And we're going to cut this up and stuff it into the smoked potato, and we're going to put all your goodies in there. And I'm going to tell you later how I'm going to put all that together. But for right now, I went ahead and prepared these potatoes. I poked holes in them so that I got some drawn butter in this bowl right here, and I poked holes in the potatoes so that this will adhere the butter and the seasoning I'm gonna put on it. So here's how I do it. Basically just roll it in the butter. Very simple. Okay. Make sure you roll it around pretty good and get that butter in there really good. Like get down in that baked potato, keep it more moist. Okay, and today, there again, we're going to use some It's Incredible seasoning. It's got a consistency of garlic, salt, and pepper. And we're going to douse these with that right there so it gives some flavor. And we're not going to cook these in foil. These are going to be open face on the smoker. They cook usually anywhere from about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how big your potatoes are, and the heat you're cooking out there. We're gonna cook around 250. So I got some ribs out there. That's not the star of the show, but that's just for us to munch on while we're cooking. And okay, we got the potatoes done. So now here's our pork ribeye roast. Now this you can't pull. These are only anywhere from about 2 to 4 pounds in the store. You can use pulled pork in these potatoes. You can use chicken. I like the pork loin roast because it's real sweet meat. It's got a real good flavor when you put the barbecue sauce on it. It's got a flavor of its own. So what we'll do is we'll slice this, and then we'll take a knife and cut it up into small little pieces and stuff it. But here's how you get that prepared. I start off with a little bit of a binder on here, some yellow mustard, which I think everybody uses. You can use anything you want. And we're also going to cook this fat cat down today. Okay. And I'm going to use a little bit of this It's Incredible as a little pre-rub, just to give it a little extra flavor. Layers of flavor is how I cook. I learned that from Troy Cooks. He loves to layer food, and boy, I tell you what, when he layers his food, I'm sure it's outstanding. He'll put 5 and 6 layers of different kind of seasonings and rubs and sauces. He's unbelievable when it comes to that. So I learned a little bit from Troy on that. Okay, we're also going to put our rib rub, and that's also a heaven-made product. And this stuff is outstanding, folks. I mean, we go through this very quickly. It's one of my favorite go-to rubs. So we'll go ahead and rub that in. Can you get your shot a little closer? You don't want to rub this in, you want to pat it in. You rub it in, you're going to knock it off. And don't be ashamed to put this on there. Give it a good coat. These things can take it. They're not a butt by any means, but they sure can take some rub. Because I've done it before, so I know from experience that it'll take some rub. Y'all gotta try this recipe because it's really, really good. Okay, we're just going a little bit more on this side right here. Okay, we're gonna take these out to our smoker right now, and we'll put them on. I'll show you how I put them on there. Then we'll show you how to put everything together later on in the cook. Come on out with me outside. my rib roast right here. And we're running right now about, actually it's 225, right on the money. Now I'm gonna cook these potatoes on the top rack today. I don't want them to burn anything like that. They got plenty of time to cook, so I got all day to do it. So like I said, right now we're running around 224 because I got the door open. I got a rack of ribs in the back, that's for little munchies later, but we'll get back with you in a little while, guys, and I'm gonna show you how to put everything together. You're gonna really like this. Stay tuned, we'll see you in a little bit. Hey everybody, we're gonna take a quick check on our food out here. But I just want to go show you something real quick about these Pico smokers. This thing for a store-bought smoker is maintaining 240 on the right side, 245 on the right side, and 245 on the left side. That's pretty darn good for a $400 smoker. I just want to get that in real quick to you. Let's check our meat real quick, see what temp we got here. Let's see, our little pork roast is running 127, and we want that to go to about 160, and we're going to let it jump 5 degrees up to 165. That's about exactly where you want to cook these. Okay, we still got about another good hour and a half to cook, and we'll get back with you in just a little while. Talk to you later. Okay, folks, it's been about another hour and a half, about an hour. We're going to spritz our pork loin. So we still got another good half an hour to go with this, but we're getting very, very close. Those ribs back there are really looking good. I got the pull back on the bone. I just probed it with a thermometer, and they're like butter. But I still got about another good hour and a half on them so far. But we'll get back with you in about another hour, and then we'll get this winding up. Talk to you later. Okay, folks, we're going to pull our ribeye roast. It's temped out about 130. We're going to wrap it and let it cook the rest of the way. But I usually pull them about 130 on these because that's about the time that they need to be pulled. Spritz it real good, get some juice down there. I don't barbecue these things ahead of time. I just cook them just in the juices, and they make their own. You won't believe the juices come out of this thing when I pull this and unwrap it. Very, very juicy. It's looking perfect. These things don't bark up like pork butts do. They'll have like a thin crust to them, which is it's laid now, and that's what you want. You don't want it to bark up like a pork butt. Okay, let's wrap this up. Back on the thing grill, smoker, feel the potatoes. Oh, they're softening up. Just start to soften up really perfect. Okay, we'll let these go and see in a little bit. Okay, folks, we just pulled our ribeye roast. I wanted to let you see this before we get started, putting all this together, but check this out. I want you to see all the juices in there and the finished product of that thing. We're letting it rest right now. That's to rest maybe about 15 minutes before we cut into it. Cut it down, we'll cut all the juices out of it, let them juices render inside there. I mean, that thing is cooked to perfection. We're going to be back with you in just a few minutes to put all this together, but I wanted to tell you also that I did spritz this with apple juice. I forgot to mention that. And I also want to mention my Pico smoker today absolutely did a phenomenal job. You guys that own your Pico smokers out there, you need to watch my video on the modifications that I did for it, because I'll tell you right now, I've been cooking almost 6 hours on it. I did the minion method. But I'm going to tell you, it has been maintaining 245 on both sides almost all day. That is really unheard of for a $400 smoker. So I don't get paid to say this, but I just want to tell you that all the modifications I made to it, you need to make those modifications because it does help this smoker tremendously. And we'll get back with you in a few minutes, guys, because I'm getting hungry. Okay, folks, we're back. I pulled the potatoes, just finally got done. It took about a little longer than I thought they were going to today because of the temperature. 245 is not really screaming 400. So, well, here I got them here. We'll show you how I put them together now. Take a good amount of butter and stick it on one end. I'm going to do both these at the same time because when we go on these, we're going to eat them. Okay, and take some sour cream and put it on the other end. Okay, next step I do is the meat. And what I did was, I went ahead and cut up the meat and put the barbecue sauce on it and heated it up. You can do it, you can take the meat on there plain, put your barbecue sauce on top that way, but this way, the barbecue sauce gets infused with the meat and it gets a lot better flavor. So next is the meat. Let's see which one you're gonna get, honey. A little skippy one there. No, just kidding. Okay, next, we're gonna take our cheese and sprinkle those over these things. I use sharp cheddar cheese. As little as much as you want to, doesn't matter. And the next we put some green onions, which are scallion onions. You can put chives or anything like that you want to, but we like the scallion onions. Okay, folks, we'll be right back. I'm gonna stick these in my toaster, melt the cheese, and we're gonna show you our finished product. Back in just a second. Okay, folks, we're back. I'm so excited. These things just turned out unbelievable. I was so happy these things. I've really never done them before. It's my first time. And I'll tell you one thing, I've eaten them in the past with friends, but never made them myself. But these turned out really, really well. I'm so happy. Let's do a little recap of what we did. We smoked our baked potatoes today. On about 245 for about 4 hours, and we smoked our pork ribeye roast for it took about 3.5 hours to do that, because I kept checking on it and I spritz it and want to make sure it was tender. And then we boiled a couple pieces of corn to go with this, because that's really corn, and that together is going to be fantastic. And at the end here, I'm just going to put, I want to tell you also, we did put a little, it's incredible on the corn, because you ever try that, you'll never ever put salt and pepper on it again. I mean, it's a salt, pepper, garlic consistency, but this has got something different in it, I'm telling you. It's magic. But anyway, we're gonna sprinkle just ever so lightly, a little bit of that, just get that little extra kick. Okay. That looks edible, doesn't it, folks? I mean, I'm starving to death. Okay, folks, let's take a taste test of what we got here. A little bit of everything in here, a little piece of barbecue. Boy. I pick up that, it's incredible, right off the bat. And I think the secret of it is too, is cutting that meat up and putting that barbecue sauce on it, and letting that barbecue sauce get in that meat. I think that's the secret. And those green onions are out of this world, and that melted cheese is something else. Sour cream and butter just makes it. Let's see the bottom of our little corn here. Look how tender that is. And it's incredible on it. Unbelievable. Love it. So folks, that's all I've got for you today. I just want to thank everybody. And if you like my videos, I would appreciate it if you give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And there's a little bell. If you can click on the bell, it will give you a notification of my uploads. And folks, I can't do this without you guys. The comments that we get lately for my food, I've not done it very long. I've only done it maybe 3 months. I've been cooking a long time, but as far as getting on air and doing it, I've only been doing it about 3 months. And you all, your comments are unbelievable. You give me the confidence to keep going, and I really appreciate every one of you so much. And thank you, and God bless. And if you ain't grilling, you ain't a chillin'.